Did Blake Lively's lawyer quit after Justin Baldoni fights back with $400 million lawsuit?
The abrupt legal shift underscores the severity of her predicament, fueling speculation that further incriminating details may soon come to light. While the couple previously maintained an image as Hollywood's golden duo, that fairy tale has dimmed. Countless fans who once admired them from red carpet to talk show circuits have grown disillusioned, feeling that the carefully constructed portrayal of domestic bliss and personal virtue has been contradicted by the behind-the-scenes maneuvering that led to this large-scale legal meltdown.
Our friend Steph with the Deets pointed that out on TikTok. Blake directed that whole skit. This is a movie about domestic violence. Why are we doing skits like "you're trying to sleep with my wife? It's really weird. You're trying to replace my best friend," says Hugh Jackman.
Each new detail that emerges about her behind-the-scenes actions bolsters the viewpoint that she was the real instigator. The surprising scope of the lawsuits, along with the scale of potential financial liability, has escalated the drama far beyond what ordinary celebrity disputes usually entail. The seriousness of those large dollar sums underscores that the claims brought against her are not trivial. Not only has Blake found herself tangled in a $400 million lawsuit from Baldoni, but there is also a $250 million action targeting a major publication that might have overstepped in backing her narrative. This combined figure of $650 million has become a kind of doomsday threat hanging over everyone involved. Some question whether either she or Ryan Reynolds can meet such extraordinary amounts. Critics argue that they may have portrayed themselves as wealthier than reality, leading to a precarious position if a judge or jury awards significant damages. The potential financial burden alone has alarmed observers who believe that no matter how famous they are, paying out sums in that range would be devastating. Industry insiders point out that even if Reynolds holds a high net worth on paper, it is largely invested, rather than sitting as accessible funds. The possibility of losing the lawsuit thus carries real danger, not just public shame. Meanwhile, Blake's film roles have diminished, and her once lucrative brand deals might dry up in the wake of public disapproval. The future looks grim for her once promising career. Hollywood, in general, wants to steer clear of this level of turmoil. After witnessing the fiasco, major studios and industry players are likely calculating the risks of working with Blake or aligning with her brand. Everyone from producers to directors sees the upheaval as a potential liability. The entertainment world thrives on favorable public impressions, and linking projects to someone widely seen as orchestrating an overblown scandal can sabotage even the most promising film or partnership. This shift in alliances exemplifies how someone who was once a shining star can quickly turn into a walking controversy. Amid the turmoil, she faces a collapse in public favor as observers brace for the fallout of a scandal that appears poised to deliver a final blow to any remaining support. The entire debacle began when Blake launched a lawsuit filled with startling allegations aimed at Baldoni.
Big mistake. You see, she paints Blake Lively as the victim. Not a victim of Baldoni, although I'm sure she believes that, but the victim of other women who are ruining Blake's reputation for daring to accuse a man of sexual harassment.
Some have criticized Blake for attempting to rope in industry power players, such as Taylor Swift, as part of her pressure tactics on set. The rumor mill suggests that these moves were meant to intimidate or influence negotiations with Baldoni, although tangible proof of that is debated outside of the official filings. Nevertheless, certain sources confirm that the singer was less than pleased to be brought into this fiasco. Observers note that Swift's team has tried to remain neutral, not wishing to be entangled in claims involving potential manipulations.
Poor Hugh has got some serious remorse about participating in this, I have to imagine.
An added layer to the mounting pressure involves private conversations that have yet to be fully unveiled. Many suspect that a deeper trove of messages between Blake, her PR strategists, and individuals in the media could reveal the extent to which certain outlets were manipulated. If depositions and discovery go forward, those behind-the-scenes exchanges might surface. The result could be severe reputational setbacks for everyone who participated in shaping a factually questionable story. No matter how skillful the public relations approach, it becomes nearly impossible to spin raw data when it appears in official records. Lately, gossip has circulated that even Blake's friends and close acquaintances are advising her to concede and move on. Whether that means issuing an apology, admitting to misleading claims, or reaching a settlement remains unclear. But the near-unanimous recommendation is to end this ordeal. The potential for more humiliating disclosures in court is sky high, and the only real question seems to be how thoroughly the details will tarnish not just her, but also Ryan Reynolds, whose brand success was part of their joint image. Social media discussions have grown more intense and critical. Early on, some fans sided with Blake, citing her claims of being cornered by a powerful film production. But as more evidence piled up, it became evident that she was not the cornered one. Instead, the data indicated she had orchestrated moves to rewrite circumstances, using influential press contacts and a personal network to bolster stories that did not align with the behind-the-scenes reality. The prevailing online opinion now views her as the ringleader of a grandiose ploy. Various accusations were tossed out, apparently without reliable supporting proof. Her public relations strategists and allies worked overtime to convince the media that she was the wounded party. For a while, certain outlets fell in line and ran sympathetic narratives. However, things took a dramatic turn when hard evidence emerged. Watching one of the most recognized newspapers face such allegations of irresponsible journalism underscored the gravity of the fiasco.
She said he walked in, he was creepy. He and the other guy, Jamie Heath, the other producer. No, you said in the text, come in.
Meanwhile, Blake's entire public image has taken a massive hit. Fans, once charmed by her glitzy lifestyle and roles in popular projects, are now criticizing her in online forums, pointing to what they view as manipulative efforts to rewrite events for sympathy. Her repeated attempts to claim victimhood have not only alienated observers, but have also drawn ridicule. If true, that further paints Blake as someone wielding personal connections in questionable ways, angering her own friends and the public. Another figure who has been noted is Anna Kendrick, who at times was around Blake for a project. There have been suggestions that recent encounters between them have been incredibly awkward, with minimal warmth evident. It appears that those who once shared the stage with Blake are now keeping a distance, unwilling to be implicated in her media storm.
The New York Times was in collusion with Blake Lively's team to put out this hit piece to take out Justin Baldoni.
This isolation serves to reinforce the notion that Blake's standing within her professional and personal circles has declined sharply. Those closest to this courtroom spectacle note that the real turning point was the unveiling of hundreds of pages of documents. Very few expected such extensive records to come to light. The revelations exposed contradictory statements on Blake's side that backfired once hard facts surfaced. Further complicating matters are revelations that her team worked on controlling the public conversation by enlisting supportive channels. There are suggestions that entire threads and articles were orchestrated to shape a narrative that would benefit her stance. However, thorough analysis of the new documents made it clear that these efforts lacked substance beyond carefully curated claims. Compelling the public to buy into a storyline can work for a moment, but it cannot withstand a well-documented stack of evidence that tells a different tale. Lately, well-placed individuals in the industry have quietly acknowledged the inevitability of major losses for Blake. Some mention the chance of an out-of-court arrangement, though Baldoni's counsel seems set on pushing forward to secure both monetary restitution and a definitive ruling that clears his name.